Bottom Gun welcomes you. Hello.
Yes, Top Gun says hello. We could definitely have our own. Can lesbians have cockpits? I mean, I guess so. You'll be Bottom Gun and I'll be Top Gun.
Cockpit sounds dirty. Okay, go ahead. Dana, hi. Good morning. I have a Guess the Quote for you. Huh? Didn't see that coming, did you? Pop quiz. Who said, "We cannot let those who attacked our Capitol on January 6th and those who urged them on to get away with impunity? That's what happens in dictatorships and authoritarian regimes." Who said that?
That would be Ted Cruz. I don't know.
No,
like
that was a really bad guess, though. Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton. Well, sometimes they say, those guys say something, and right after the insurrection, like Mitch McConnell saying that Trump's responsible, and then like a week later going, "I never said that."
I didn't say that.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Yeah. Have I mentioned I'll die mad about what happened?
Oh, yeah.
To Hillary? Okay.
I mean, for many reasons, but specifically this.
Yes. Specifically the Supreme Court. Okay. You got to get your reaction to the J6 hearings, though, and Cassidy Hutchinson.
I mean, first of all, the lesbian in me is like, is she MAGA, though? But she is.
She's pretty.
Very MAGA. Also, we're dirty old men because she's 26, I think. So calm down, Steffi.
I know. I wasn't saying it that way.
Yes, what you were saying under oath. I also know that there's speculation running around now that Trump has been paying for lawyers with his Stop the Steal money, and that's why she jettisoned her lawyer because she wasn't able to speak and wanted to, and got the new lawyer. That's what my understanding is.
Well, Allison Gill tweeted, Zoe Lofgren tells Anderson Cooper, some of the money Donald raised off the big lie has been used to pay for lawyers for witnesses, and it's not clear that arrangement is without coercion. That is a crime. Another
Absolutely.
crime.
It's
right?
Witness tampering. I mean, just like the things that, like, bless her heart, I know she is, the tiger from Siegfried and Roy, and we never know when she's going to eat one of them. But Liz Cheney, at the end when she was reading the witness tampering statement, she was like, "We're going to investigate these. So if you are threatening witnesses, you might want to stop." And then Thompson just scorched earth on the way out of the hearing, the last hearing, which was just so beautiful. I mean, yeah, Cassidy Hutchinson, whatever she does in the future with her political career, at this moment, I'm not going to call her a hero because that is a vast exaggeration, but she's doing what she needs to protect the democracy of this country.
Yes, and can I just say, I like your one of the Siegfried and Roy Tigers for Liz Cheney, but I like our Velociraptors better, and I'm just saying in the end, what's going to eat the tiger Velociraptor?
Sure.
Okay. But it is like it's our weapon now. We'll be like, good job. Wait a minute. Why are you turning around?
Oh, no. It's frustrating because we're like, go Liz Cheney. And then her next statement is, "I've always been pro-life." And I'm like, okay, never mind.
I think you and I are Siegfried and Roy in this example. We're all for her when she's doing what we want her to do.
And we're both gay as Christmas.
What a good little she's being. Look at why is she turning around?
And now half your face is gone.
And they always turn on you.
Yes.
The big cats always turn on you.
Yeah, right? Okay. AG also tweeted, "I'm still hung up on the detail about Meadows being on the phone with Jordan so much, how Pelosi banned him from being on the committee, and how Liz Cheney pulled away from him and said, 'You did this' on J6, right?"
Yeah.
Hope we learn more in the final hearings about Jim's involvement. I mean,
all they have to do at this point, they have the phone records. We know this. That's why Mark Meadows tried to sue Verizon. They have the phone records. Yeah. At the timeline, all they have to do is look who he was talking to when he supposedly slammed the door twice in Hutchinson's face. It's probably Jim Jordan.
Yeah. No, exactly. Hugo Lowell, who reports, on a lot of this, said, "Just incredible. This Trump Secret Service altercation story is distracting from the major news that Trump knowingly told armed supporters to march on the Capitol, and that Meadows spoke to Stone and Flynn the night before January 6th and then wanted a pardon." That's the legally significant part. The other part's the salacious part. Like, did he? Was it assault, or did he just put his hand on his shoulder, or did he not? Or
I don't care if he tried to choke out an SS officer. I don't like calling him that, by the way, as a Jewish person. It sounds weird, but the Secret Service people, if he tried to choke him out with his tiny little hand, I don't care. I really don't care what happened in whether it was the Beast or one of their other SUVs. I don't care. That is not the story, and that's what they're focusing on because they want to distract from the very damning testimony from Cassidy Hutchinson.
Yes, Stephen Beschloss said, I forgot this number, Dana, 147 members of the House and Senate refused to certify the 2020 election on January 6th. How many of them knew about the planned insurrection? When did they know it? And how many will be removed from office for their participation in this criminal enterprise? They are all involved. right?
Absolutely. And I hate to say that I don't think any of them are going to get removed unless they're prosecuted and there's proof that they were actually part, you know what I mean? Because I don't know, I'm pessimistic in that sense. Like, that's a lot of Congress people that would need to be removed, and I'd be shocked if it happened.
This is interesting, AOC on this very subject yesterday.
And I think there was also an awareness when all of this was going on. There was a feeling and a great sense that there were people on the inside. And we learned last week that there were one, if not more, several members of Congress who brought in some of these insurrectionists to essentially case the joint before coming in the next day. And to work with people over the last year, to see them, to have sometimes them confront you, knowing that they did what they did has been quite surreal, especially when they're not very intelligent.
Looking at you, Marjorie Three Toes. She said, Dana, they should be expelled at the very least.
100%.
I think at most they are guilty of seditious conspiracy as well.
Let's start with all of the ones that specifically asked for a pardon. They should be expelled first and foremost.
Yeah. No, that's what she said. Let's listen to Representative Aguilar and get your take on the other side.
Do you believe they constitute witness tampering?
Yes, I do. And I think that that's something that should be looked at by our committee and potentially by the Department of Justice. Look, I don't think it's lost on anyone that the former president has a behavior like we heard yesterday.
Yeah, and she went on to say,
specific to our witnesses, we take incredibly seriously the safety and security of those individuals who have testified before us. And like the vice chair said, we ask witnesses routinely whether they have had outreach from other members of the former administration.
Yeah, where's Mitch McConnell calling for lifetime protection for Cassidy Hutchinson?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, what she had to have endured to even have the courage to do that, Dana? I mean, amazing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I will see what happens. There's a lot of different speculation of why she came forward. There's rumor on the Twitter sphere that she's going to go work for DeSantis. Is she doing this to take Trump down so DeSantis can be the president? Like, there's all kinds of fun speculation. That's all it is. But in this moment, she implicated Mark Meadows directly. In this moment, Patsy Baloney, as the closed captioning would call Pat Cipollone, is now subpoenaed. Like, her testimony shifted the trajectory of these hearings, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what's next because it just seems to keep getting better.
And I hope he has half her courage, Dana. I mean, there was speculation earlier that that's what he's waiting for. Is some people want the cover of a subpoena so they don't look like they're willingly cooperating. Right. One last, Aguilar.
Has it been referred to the Department of Justice?
I'm not going to talk about the investigative steps that we've taken, but what I will say is I think that those statements speak for themselves. The words that Vice Chair Cheney put up on the screen and that the committee is aware of, I think is something that is dangerous behavior.
I often think of you and Allison Gill, like me and Jody Hamilton, like they're the ones holding us back by our shirts while we're like, come on, DOJ, let's go. Because I know Allison always counsels patience. But I think the story this morning, Dana, that the DOJ was blindsided by Cassidy Hutchinson's testimony was a little, I get that they're not sharing stuff yet because J6 says they're not done with their, and I get that they're sort of parallel in some cases, not competing, but whatever investigations. Yeah. It is a little startling that they were startled.
It is, but as many plates are up in the air right now, I think they're just trying not to drop and break one. So I actually don't have any, I'm not startled by any of that in the sense of like, well, we're just going to see. These are two very, very important investigations that are going on in tandem and that have everything to do with each other and nothing to do with each other, which I imagine is really hard to balance.
Yeah. Liberal helper Schooley on Twitter says, has anyone tried telling Trump his televised trial will be bigger than OJ? I think that might work. Huge.
It's a trap.
Huge. Biggest ever. Trial, not just of the century, but of the millennium.
Yeah, except every glove's too big in his trial. Every glove is too big.
That's a tiny hand joke, and I'm here for it. Okay.